what about the tattoo on your arm? What does that say?
Really? Is that what you're going to do on a podcast?
What's the tattoo say?
We should edit this out.
No, we're
edit
not.
that question out.
We're not editing it out.
It says sleep is forbidden. But that's when I was on my grind. I was tired of being broke. And I was like, anybody who's sleeping and broke is oversleeping. And I remember when Diddy came out and he said, sleep. I forgot what show it was, but he was like, sleep is forbidden. And I was like, that's right. I was like, hype, right? That's right. And I got it right here. So if like I try to pretend like I'm asleep, oh no, I can't go to sleep. But yeah, so it became a habit.
Right.
It became a habit of just staying on my grind.
If you're a go-getter, faith-driven, and family-focused, and need to break through to your next level, this is the podcast for you. Your self-talk can reshape every area of your life. It's time to dream and think big. Welcome to the Self-Talk Experience with Darnell and Tracy Self. It's time to elevate, baby. Let's get into the show.
Hey, what's up, Self-Talk Experience audience? Darnell and Tracy Self for another episode of Self-Talk.
Yes.
Because we all know the things we say to ourselves about ourselves eventually determines what and even who we attract for ourselves.
Absolutely. And guess what? I have a treat for you guys today. Today's episode is all about my husband. Are you ready, babe?
I am. I saw your Instagram post.
Yes. So I put out an Instagram post and I polled our Self-Talk Experience audience and asked the question, what do you want to know about Darnell Self? And we got some really, really good responses. So I have our questions here.
Okay.
So excited. These are good. No, these are really good questions.
I saw some of them, just so that you know. I saw some of them on your story.
Yes, but you don't know which ones I'm going to ask.
No, I don't.
Yes, but it was really fun, and I thank everybody for participating because it was super fun. Okay, so let's just...
By the way, guys, I am going to do the same thing on my Instagram, so get ready and check out my stories so that you can give me questions to ask this one here. But go ahead.
Wow, we're going to do me too. Okay, that's fine. I'm open to it. It's fine.
Good.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so we're just going to jump in with the first question. So here we are. What is your ideal fun chill day? Like when you're not working, you're relaxing. What does that look like for you?
Chill day? Man, I work all day. It's grind time, baby. Nobody chill around. No. What? I do.
Seriously.
If I'm going to chill, I like to chill next to water, like an ocean, in a cabana, or lounging out where I can see and hear the waves crashing in. That's an ideal chill day for me.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. That sounds more like a vacation, right? So if you're not at a point where you can go on a vacation, if it's just...
I am at that point.
Okay. If it's maybe tomorrow, let's say tomorrow you say, you know what? I'm going to relax today. It's a chill day. What would that maybe day look like for you?
Probably a spa.
Oh, yes.
Because my phone would have to be turned off. And I would have to disconnect. And sometimes it takes me a minute to really disconnect. And that's probably why I went on to the vacation response first. Because as you know, if I'm on vacation, it may take me a day.
That's so true. That's so true.
Before I can really unplug, because I'm still winding down thinking. My mind is thinking about what I need to do to get to the next level, help others get to the next level. So if I had a spa appointment, that I would immediately turn my phone off and chill. So I would probably say that if that's going to be a chill day. But I do love traveling and I do love hanging out with the family. And so that's a nice chill day for me as well. But sometimes I'm interrupted by my phone in that situation.
Got it. Oh, good. Okay, here's another question for you. Could you go 1 month without coaching someone?
Okay, so let me, in my response, I'll say this. I can do anything I put my mind to. So can I? Yes. Would I choose to? No, because my passion is coaching. My passion is helping and empowering. So I choose not to go a month. That would feel awkward just because whatever your passion is, you feel like, man, I can't wait to wake up in the morning to do this. Right. And so I'm actually inspired when I see people becoming the best version of themselves, or taking a tip that I've given them and executing and being able to gain some some results that they desire. So the answer is yes, I could, but that would be awkward as heck to go a whole month and not coach, inspire, or help somebody.
But that's great because that's something you could do, but not something you would want to do.
That's correct.
Because that's your passion. That's what you enjoy.
That's correct.
And it's really hard for you.
I wonder who asked that question.
I can tell you who asked. I actually remember who asked this question.
Who?
Martavius Hillman out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, wow.
That was a really good question. And I know for a fact it'll be really hard for you because you do it and not even knowing that you're doing it.
I know.
Sometimes just in conversation, you'll be coaching or helping and inspiring. You may not even realize you're doing it,
right,
even when we're talking.
Yeah.
And you make me think of some stuff. I'm like, wow, that's so good. And it's just who you are. So I know it'll be really hard for you not to do that.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome. Okay, this is a fun question. Growing up, what was your favorite cereal?
Favorite cereal? That'd be hard because I'm the only child. Mm-hmm. And my mom was the type of parent, if I saw a commercial and I was like, ooh, I want that cereal. My mom was the type of mom, she was like, okay. She didn't really care if it had a lot of sugar in it. She was like, okay, baby. So I had Boo Berry, Frankenberry, Chocoberry.
You ate that?
Yeah.
That is so unfair.
Why is that unfair?
Because, I'm sorry, I know this is about you, but we never got to eat that. My mom would never buy that.
Really?
No, this is what she would say. Whenever we wanted to pick a cereal, she said, any cereal that turns the milk a different color other than white, you're not allowed to have.
Well, all of my cereals turn the milk a different color.
Yeah, you had the chocolate milk, you had strawberry. Your milk was blue?
Yes, from Blueberry. You don't remember that? You remember that back in the day? I had Captain Crunch with berries.
Oh, we never
Lucky
got
Charms
that.
with all the different charms, all the different marshmallows in there.
We had to
Golden Grams. That was one of my favorite back in the day.
We had to get like Cheerios.
Not like Honey Nut or anything, just
Raisin Bran. She was, no.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, no. I mean, now I don't really eat that much cereal now.
Yeah,
but,
so now what would your favorite? What would you say?
if I had to eat a bowl of cereal, I really like Frosted Flakes.
You would not eat Frosted Flakes. You're not going to eat Frosted Flakes.
Because if they had gluten-free, dairy-free,
first of all,
sugar-free,
anybody who drinks oat milk doesn't even go with Frosted Flakes. Sir.
Okay. I don't know then. I don't know.
But you don't really eat cereal. But yes.
No. But I do like Honey Nut, Cheerios.
Yes.
But as an adult, I would say Frosted Flakes. Even
okay.
though
I love Frosted Flakes
that
too.
much cereal now. Yeah.
Well, just so you know, I'm going to let our grandkids eat whatever cereal they want. Mom. Okay.
Yes.
What is your favorite hobby?
Traveling, I would say. I would definitely say traveling. If I could travel every weekend, I would. People say, man, you don't get tired of traveling? No, absolutely not. I love visiting new places, new restaurants, different cultures with different languages. Yeah. I love it. Absolutely love it.
You know what's funny? I thought what I thought you would say was working out. Because you love working out, you love the gym, and that's almost your time for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you listen to your personal development then.
Yeah, except my workout partner talks my head off when I'm in the gym.
It's not me. I'm not his workout partner.
Yeah, she's behind the camera. Her name is Janelle.
just so you know. It's not me.
But yeah, no, I actually do. I do love working out.
out.
Yeah, I do. So, I guess that would be called a hobby too.
And you know what else you started doing?
What's that?
Recently, over the last 2 years, because we were at home so much more, you like to be outside, like not in a garden. We don't have a garden, but you like being outside.
In the yard, yeah. I got picked up a green thumb during the pandemic.
You did.
Yeah.
I was very surprised.
Yep, that was.
Do you think you'll be back out there this summer?
Nah, I'm gonna hire somebody.
Okay.
And her name is Janelle.
Okay. All right. Okay, this is a good one. How much sleep?
But you know what's funny? That's on the hobby one, baby.
Yes.
I think sometimes because you do something often, people assume, oh, it's a hobby. Or because you're not getting paid for it.
Right.
Like reading, people probably think, oh, it's a hobby. Because I do read a lot of books and listen to a lot of audios. But I wouldn't say it's a hobby. Like I don't wake up saying, I can't wait. I thirst and a hunger to read. Right. But I do like the results I get from it. So same thing with working out. I feel better when I work out. I have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
But I would say traveling is something I desire to do as a hobby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, this is a good question. I also remember who asked this question for some reason. This question comes again out of Atlanta, Georgia, from Amy Dorsey. How much sleep do you really get, or do you sleep at all?
Depends on what day you ask. My mom, believe it or not, guys, my mom, who's in her 80s, and she's unbelievably healthy.
Yes.
But she looks at my eyes on social media, and she's like, yeah, I pinched out. She's like, yeah, I pinched out, and I saw your eyes, son. You need to rest. So now I like try to hide my eyes on social media, but it's different. It all depends. Like some nights, I may go to bed at 2 and wake up at 6 or 7.
Right.
And some nights I go to bed at midnight. It's so rare for me to go to bed before 12:30.
It really is.
It's like really, really rare. Trying to get better at it. At one point I set a goal that 2 to 3 nights a week I was going to go to bed before midnight.
That worked for not a long time. I was very encouraging, but I kind of wasn't, because late at night is when we get our time together.
Well, that was when we had the kids at home, so that's not an excuse anymore.
Well, we stayed up late last night.
That's my point. So you're my accomplice.
Well, what about the tattoo on your arm? What does that say?
Really? Is that what you're going to do on a podcast?
What's the tattoo say?
We should edit this out.
No, we're
edit
not.
That question out.
We're not editing it out.
It says sleep is forbidden, but that's when I was on my grind. I was tired of being broke, and I was like, anybody who's sleeping and broke is oversleeping. And I remember when Diddy came out and he said, sleep, I forgot what show it was, but he was like, sleep is forbidden. And I was like, that's right. I was like, hype, right? That's right. And I got it right here. So if like I try to pretend like I'm asleep, oh no, I can't go to sleep. But yeah, so it became a habit.
Right.
It became a habit of just staying on my grind. I know that's not healthy. I know somebody's going to send a message like, sleep is so healthy for you.
No,
and I get it, but
no, I do get it too. But again, that was a season. That was a
yeah.
season, and that's fair. That was a time in your life where you were.
There was a
doing
time
that.
where I was taking siestas, like I would take a power nap.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it all depends on when I'm asked. Certain times I'm like, man, I'm up at 6. Like this is what I'm gonna do from 6 to 7, doing this. And I felt like I had more accomplished before the average person even woke up. I was already accomplished for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So all depends when people ask me, but pretty much I would say an average. Or I had to say an average. I would say 5-6 hours. Would you say 6 hours average? 5,
6 or 7. I think you do pretty good.
7? You would give me 7?
I think you do pretty good.
My mother's gonna love that answer.
Yes, I think you do pretty good.
Okay, good.
Okay, this is gonna put you in the hot seat, actually. This says, tell me which child comes to mind when I say these certain words.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So here we are. Well, what child makes you think independent? You can only pick one.
No, it may be a tie for some of them, but I mean.
Okay, I'll give you a tie. Okay. Independent.
That one I would say Milan.
Okay.
She catches flights by herself, and she's probably calls you the least amount if she needs something. She calls you the most just because, but the least amount if she needs something,
True.
I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most sincere.
Oh man, that's a good one. Makai.
Yes.
Would you agreeing with these? Tell
I
me
am.
If you disagree.
No,
with
so far I
Okay.
do. I do agree. Who is your funniest child?
Malik.
You said that so fast.
'Cause boy, he's hilarious. But so is Milan. All of them are funny, actually.
Yeah.
Because Makai has come into this place where he's a storyteller.
And you
And
don't
then-
quite know if it's true.
Right. And Rayvon laughs so much, he makes me laugh before I know what he's laughing at. But I would say Malik would be the jokester.
Okay. Who is the most thoughtful?
Man, Makai. I would say, oh, that's hard too. Makai would say thoughtful. Rayvon, I would say the most giving, would give you a shirt off.
But that's funny because I was going to say giving. So let's give thoughtful to
Thoughtful,
Makai.
I would say Makai. Giving, I would say Rayvon.
Okay. Perfect. Who gave you or gives you the most trouble?
Rayvon gave me the most trouble.
Really?
Yep.
At what age? At what age do you think?
That was younger. I mean, once he got older, but it was like right around that 12-ish age.
No, he was fine when he was 12.
No, he wasn't. When do you think he gave you the most trouble? Like
maybe like
18?
8. when he was little.
Oh no! Ask him. He was still trying to join go-go bands and people carrying guns and cars and.
Okay, never mind. Let's just we may have to not.
I was like,
I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you can't hang out with those folks.
Okay, never mind.
I just said no. It wasn't him doing that stuff. He just wanted to hang out with people who were doing it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna just move on to the next question. How about this one? Mm-hmm. What is your one of your most embarrassing moments? Can you think of anything?
Oh man, I've had a lot of embarrassing moments. But as I became more mature and personally developed, I became more confident. And so things that would have embarrassed me no longer embarrassed me, but I should have been really embarrassed by the incident. I'll give you an example. Okay. I'll give you an older and a younger one. The older version of myself, when I was running up on stage, they were like, introducing $1 million income earner, top executive, world-renowned speaker, did all this edification. I was like, yeah. They were like, Darnell Self. Went to run up stage and tripped on the stage.
Oh, no.
It was like Superman, like, boom, right there on the stage. And I had to look up like this, like, how do you get up? Like from there, it's like, all right, guys. But I was so confident. I was just like, Yeah,
you didn't get hurt or anything.
No, I didn't get hurt. So that was when I was older.
That's funny, babe.
But I've got a lot of stories like that I could tell you.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, the most embarrassing moment is, I'm going to age myself. When I was in high school, there was a phase where you wear suspenders, but you would have them hanging down. So
yes, I used to do that.
Okay,
I did that.
Good. So you remember. Now younger folks are like, what? So instead of putting them over your shoulders, you let them hang down.
Right.
And I went to public school, so I didn't go to private school. So I'm at a lunch table and I had my tray because I bought lunch.
Oh no.
And I went to go get up and I didn't realize the suspender had hooked underneath the little round seat you sit on at the lunch table. You know those round seats? They got the long white table and then the little round seat. So it hooked. So I'm running to take my
Did it snap back?
Yes, the tray to the trash can, and it snapped me back.
Oh
and the food went up, tray went up. So not only, and it made a bunch of noise, right? It made noise, so that was the worst. So, and everybody's like, and so I had to live that down. I never lived it down.
Babe.
I know, can you believe it? So that was the worst. So that's one of many.
That was
things.
High school.
That was high school too. I don't remember which grade, but it was high school. Largo High School.
That was good. That was good. Okay, I have a few more questions. So we're going to throw it to our sponsors, and we'll be right back with more questions about Darnell Self.
Hey, what's up, fam? You got to connect with J&E Builders. They buy homes in any condition. J&E Builders even help out with distressed properties. And if you're dealing with a significant amount of taxes, J&E Builders will assist you with that home as well. Give them a hit at J&E_builders. That's at Instagram at J&E_builders.
Hey, Self Talk Experience family. If you want to do some great shopping and get great finds like this, follow my girl, thebrianna.k on Instagram. And if you want to shop, go here.
So author and trainer Monte Sanders has been in this health and wellness space for over 20 years. His most notable clients are NFL Hall of Famers Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. And guess what? He's got an Amazon best-selling book that you can gain access to right now. It's The Power of You versus You. I'm going to tell you right now how you can get access to that and his other programs. All you have to do is go to thepowerofyouversusyou.com. That's it. Thepowerofyouversusyou.com to get access to that amazing book as well as all of his other programs. Hey, what's up, Self-Talk Experience family? Listen, I thought I was going to get some bathrooms renovated, but I had no idea when I connected with my man, Stan Neal, that it would be more than a renovation. I'm not even sure what the term should be. Maybe transformation, because I started with the bathrooms and all of a sudden my entire basement was redone in a way that my family members thought I moved. Seriously. So if you're looking to take your house to the next level, whether it's some custom construction, some transformation of your bedroom, your bathrooms, your family room, your great room, I did it all. I mean, if I showed you my entire house before and after pictures, in fact, I'm going to show you some, you would say, no way is that the same room or the same house. Listen, I'm just saying this because I've got personal experience with this gentleman. So you want to connect with him, I'm going to give you the number, his office number to reach him, as well as email. And again, you will not be disappointed. So if you want to reach him via his office number, 202-359-3923. Again, 202-359-3923. And email is Stan, Stan.nealjr, Nealjr @FreshAirLLC.com. Connect with my man Stan. You won't be disappointed.
Okay, guys, we are back with Darnell Self, asking him these questions. I think you're doing a great job, babe.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay, so I have a few more questions for you. One of them is, what are your go-to affirmations?
Well, I have a whole list of affirmations every morning. And one of them is, I no longer write my script, but ask God to give me the courage to follow the script he's already written for me.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. And the second one is a go-to one is, I trust and believe in myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think it's because for so long I did not trust and believe in me. And so I had to affirm that because I would not go. I would not press the go button and execute. It was, let me plan, let me prepare, let me think about it.
And it would never quite happen.
And that's why I'm so hard on other people now, where I'm like, listen, go, do it ugly.
Yeah.
You know, just do it. Right. So I still affirm myself with that though, because I'm still stretching myself to do some new things in 2022 that I hadn't done in 2021. And so I have to affirm myself that I trust and believe in myself, and it's time to move, time to make it happen, time to do something new in 22.
Great. That was awesome. How do you manage fatigue mentally, physically, and or emotionally?
Wow. So fatigue typically comes when you're drained, right? Whether you're drained physically, drained mentally, drained emotionally. And so if you're drained, it simply means you need to pour back in.
Right.
And so you have to ask yourself, how can I be poured back into emotionally, mentally, physically? And so we already talked about one of them, which is me working out. Sounds like you would say, go take a vacation. But actually, me working out gives me even more energy. So a quick workout, I'm like, I feel so good. Sometimes, though, mentally, it is for me to take a vacation.
Okay.
Right? Just to take a mental hiatus from always thinking, because I do think a lot about what my next move is, who else I can help. So a lot of times vacation and unplugging, disconnecting for me mentally, emotionally, putting myself around people where I'm being poured into. So I go to a men's event, a marriage retreat, whatever it is where I can be just a student.
Right.
And that helps me out emotionally because I feel like, oh my gosh, I got so much. I'm so full, whether I'm full spiritually or full, right? So I go where I can be poured into and I'm not doing any of the pouring out. So that helps me out emotionally. Yes. And having good people around me too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you also think, you don't watch a lot of TV at all, but there are a few shows that we watch together. And I think sometimes that's your unwind time too, mentally, to just kind of go somewhere else and not have to think about work or think about anything you have to do. Just watch something, just relax your mind.
Yeah. I used to go to the movies all the time for that too.
We do. We haven't been to the movies in a long time.
No, we haven't, but I used to do that just for that as
just
well,
to have just a mental break.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. So I forgot. There were two other, I have to go back to the hot seat question about our children.
Okay.
I forgot to ask you, which of your children is the wildest child?
Oh, geez. What does that even mean?
The person that says wildest. I guess we can take that
I don't know.
Maybe the most adventurous, maybe we could say?
I would say Milan Marie would probably be, most like, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think she'd be the first.
But okay, so the other one I forgot was, who's your most protective?
Oh, Milan.
She's getting all the
quick.
answers.
Yeah, she's quick to protect. More than her brother.
She's very. She is.
Like, hey, slow your roll.
Yeah, she's very protective.
Yeah. And then probably, I don't know, that's hard because all of them protective. Depending on
Rayvon is very protective too.
I was about to say Rayvon's name.
He is.
Yeah, so he's very
probably because he's the oldest.
Probably.
That's interesting too because I am the oldest, and growing up I was very protective, and I wonder if that just kind of rubbed off on them a little bit from me.
Yeah. So I would say Rayvon in terms of overall being protective, but Milan in terms of let me say something. Like she's quick to defend verbally.
Yes. Oftentimes she's like, "Mom, I got this." That's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine.
All right. Yep. So that's what the wildest one though is. It's interesting. I'm not really sure what that means, but I would say Milan if it means adventurous.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think we'll say that. Okay. Last question for you today is: what is the difference in your self-talk now as opposed to when you were younger?
Well, my self-talk now certainly is more positive.
Mm-hmm. How so? So did you have negative self-talk growing up, you think?
I did, but I didn't realize what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I allow the opinions of others to impact me. The thing that held me back from progressing as an adult was my concern about what other people were going to think about whatever that move was.
Okay.
Right. So until my self-talk became, I'm courageous, I'm bold, it's me versus me. There's only one of me.
Right.
And if there's only one of me, then how can I compare myself to someone else? Because that means there's two of me and the person I'm comparing myself to. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's only one of me, there really is no comparison except to the person I was last year. I can't compare myself to anybody else in the world if there's only one of me.
Right.
So my self-talk now realizes that. And so it's only about me being more courageous. It's only about me being more assertive. It's only about me not procrastinating. It's only right. It's all about me versus me now. So
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
that's
so it's
your
more be patient
theme for the year.
Yeah.
Me versus me.
Yep. This is happening for me, not to me. So those are
absolutely.
the things. But back then, I just didn't know that. Right. And so hopefully a podcast like this will help people to say, man, I do that. I'm like, why is this happening to me? Instead of why is this happening for me? Oh, man, I have to do this. I have to do that. It sounds like it's overwhelming. I have to do this, and this today. Or I get to do this and this and this. And it's like,
it sounds easier.
Exactly.
It sounds doable.
Right. And if it sounds like I'm honored to be in a position where I can do it.
Yes.
Because I get to do it.
Yes.
So those are all things now that I do today that I didn't do back then, but only because I didn't know. But I would say the number one difference was this is going to sound kind of insensitive, but I don't care as much about what other people think about the moves that I know I've been called to make.
That doesn't sound insensitive at all.
Yeah. And it's not that I don't care about other people. And that's why I'm trying to make sure that
No,
there's no gray
it doesn't
area
come
there,
across
right?
as-
Because some people like, I don't care about other people at all. I don't care what they say. Yes, I hear when people say that, I know what they mean, but we have to be careful because, people who care about you and love you, we should be at least sensitive
And
to
they
their
want the
feelings.
best for you.
Exactly.
They do.
So sometimes they're not being negative, they're being protective only
Sure.
because they've never met anyone who's perhaps succeeded in the endeavor that you're about to embark upon.
Isn't it a fine line though between being negative and protective?
Yep.
It's such a fine line.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And sometimes it's in the eye of the beholder, the person who's actually receiving it in their relationship with the person who's saying it.
Yes.
So
yes,
I know
yes,
we got way
yes.
off of the question, but
no, it's great. That's
yeah,
great.
but that's, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I'm like, why would you say that? But if it's someone who only wants to see you in the best light.
And it's sincere.
They're only saying it because they care and love you because you know who they are to you.
Right.
If you're unsure of that, if you question that, you're like, why would they say that? And it's only because you question whether they really want to see you in the best light or they were being shady.
Right. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This
That
was
wasn't
great.
too bad.
No, this was great. And we can do this again later, maybe some other episodes, because I'm sure there are a lot of other questions that we can ask and get some phenomenal answers.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Anything I can do to help. Especially when people often say things like this, they say, if the Darnell Self today was to go back and have a conversation with the 25-year-old Darnell Self or the 20-year-old Darnell Self, what would you tell that Darnell Self? So, things like that, I'm always willing to help out with because I think, there's somebody who is 25 or who's 35. It's like, man, what would you say so that I can maybe avoid the pitfall that you would share with your younger self, or I won't have to wait another 15 years to figure out some of the best practices that you've gained in the last 15 years of your life. So things like that, maybe the next time there'll be more a focus on those things. That'd be awesome. I know this time was more fun. doing anything else.
Yes,
which is great.
yes.
So I can't wait to do that with you though, because I'm going to put it on IG and have some folks send in some questions.
Okay. Well, this has been another episode of Self Talk. Thank you guys for being here with us again, and we will be back.
See you soon, guys.
Thank you for listening to the Self Talk Podcast with Darnell and Tracy Self. We hope you enjoyed. Be sure to rate and review this podcast on your favorite podcast listening platform. And we'll see you next time. And remember, talk good to yourself.
If you've ever started something and said to yourself, I'm not quitting until I reach the finish line, there's a perfect podcast for you. The We Won't Quit podcast by my man, Mike Humes, mailman and millionaire, never gave up. Not only did he have success, but he's helped a ton of other people do the same thing. He's going to be interviewing people who never stopped until they finish. So check it out. We Won't Quit podcast.